Hi there. Well, 7 days and I'm still going strong. Last Monday I seemed to go into either a remission or what, I don't quite know, but in fact I've been really well. I've been able to walk normally, my speech is back to normal, I've had virtually no involuntary movements whatsoever. I've been able to go out and do some gardening. I've been out and walked the dog and walked miles, and generally I've been really well. I don't know exactly what the cause of it is, why I've suddenly turned this corner, whether I'm just having another remission, but this is the longest so far because it has been, as I say, 7 days now since it started. But the other thing that it could be is I found a piece of information about the use of clonazepam for people with ME by Dr. Paul Cheney. And I had been on clonazepam before, and I think I mentioned it before. I thought that it was actually doing me more harm than good. And in fact, someone emailed me and suggested that I looked at a site which did seem to show that clonazepam was not very good at all. But anyhow, Dr. Cheney says how important it is for people with chronic fatigue syndrome, ME, I'll get it right, with ME to get a good night's sleep, and that he often uses clonazepam in the treatment of people with ME. It's not to say that it cures it, but it helps some of the symptoms like sensory overload and things like that. And anyhow, he has a protocol which he uses. Now, as I've already said, I suspect I have ME, but I might not have ME, and I really do not know. But what I do know is that I've had lots of involuntary movements, muscle spasms, problems with walking, problems with speech, all sorts of problems, which I think possibly could be seizure based, but I'm still waiting for confirmation as to whether that is the case or not. But anyhow, in his protocol he suggests taking 2 clonazepam at night to make you sleep, so that you get a good 7 to 8 hours sleep a night, a good sleep, not just the fragmented sleep that so many people with ME get. You see, I don't sleep, I've always said I don't sleep any less than I used to, but I do sleep fairly fragmentedly. I wake numerous times in the night. So anyhow, he says to take 2 at night, which help you to sleep and relax and get a good night's sleep, and then a quarter to a half a tablet in the morning, and a quarter to half a tablet in the afternoon, which he says actually helps to, in some way it makes you more alert for some reason. He seems to explain things as if you've got a straight line, on one end you've got coma, on the other end you've got seizure, and people with ME, he says, are moving towards the seizure side, which is causing problems with sensory overload and ultimately damage to neurons and things. But the clonazepam actually brings you back towards the middle point where you should be. But that's the theory. I didn't quite understand it, but all I know is since I've been taking clonazepam as he has stated, I've seen a dramatic improvement in my symptoms. Now, whether this is really because of me taking this, whether it's a placebo effect, whether it's that I'm having a remission and I would have been okay anyhow, or whether it's the clonazepam, I really do not know. But what I do know is that at this moment in time, and for 7 days, I have been a lot better. Now, I've had the odd 1 or 2 involuntary movements when I've been resting. They've not been anything like I used to. Occasionally, a couple of odd noises. I had a few yesterday. But other than that, I have been able to do things which I've not been able to do for a little while. I even was able to go out and dig some of the garden and plant some seeds and things, which was really nice in itself. I'm not sure how long I can maintain things for, and I am obviously not pushing myself fully. I still find standing still for any length of time quite difficult, and I feel lightheaded if I'm standing perfectly still in a queue or something like that. That's still quite difficult. But as you can see from the way I am at the moment, I am a huge amount better. We just have to wait and see how this goes. It might suggest, in fact, that I haven't got ME, and that all of the symptoms that I was experiencing were due to some type of seizure abnormality. But there again, it could be ME that I have, and that was causing the seizure type abnormality. So I don't really know. But I'm quite happy about it. I'm sort of a little apprehensive because we've been this road before, never quite as long as this, and never, although thinking about it, the first one I had was immediately after I started clonazepam before, but that only lasted for 5 days. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I'm going to go and see my GP and talk to him, because obviously I've changed my medication regime myself. I had the clonazepam there, so I thought, well, I'll go ahead, give it a go. I've got nothing to lose. So there we are. That's how it is. I've still got to wait for the results from London, which will not be until I go up to the hospital in August. But I'm really hoping that I might have turned a corner, and it would be really good if I have, and can get back to normality, can get back to work. I'm already starting to race and want to run before I can walk properly, and I know I need to wait and see what really happens. But anyhow, I'm quite excited, and I just thought I would share it with you, and I will speak to you all again soon. Bye for now.